Let us begin with something uncomfortable. Let us begin with the machinery in your own skull. In 1960, an English psychologist named Peter Wason ran a deceptively simple experiment. He gave people a rule to discover and watched how they went about it. What he found was that human beings, almost without exception, do not test their hypotheses. They confirm them. We go looking for the evidence that agrees with us, and we call the search research. Wason gave the phenomenon a name. He called it confirmation bias. 19 years later, 3 researchers at Stanford, Lord, Ross, and Lepper, refined the finding into something genuinely disturbing. They took people with strong opposing views on capital punishment and gave both groups the same mixed body of evidence. Some studies supporting each side, identical packets. You would predict that the two groups would move closer together. More information, less disagreement. The opposite happened. Both groups became more certain of what they had believed on arrival. Each side found the studies supporting them rigorous and the studies contradicting them methodologically flawed. They had read the same pages and walked out further apart than when they sat down. Now hold that in your mind, because I want to give you the finding that should end a certain kind of argument in this country permanently. In 2017, Dan Kahan and his colleagues at Yale published work on what they called identity protective cognition. They set people a mathematical problem, genuine numerical reasoning, the kind with a single correct answer. Then they dressed the same problem in political clothing, and they measured the results against the participants' numeracy, their raw quantitative ability. Here is what they found. The people who were best at mathematics were the most polarized. Not the least, the most. Because high ability did not function as a shield against bias. It functioned as a weapon in service of it. The more sophisticated the reasoner, the more skillfully he could construct a route to the conclusion his identity required. My dear countrymen, consider what that means. It means that when you sit down to demolish the other side, when you open 12 tabs, when you screenshot the graph, when you compose the reply that will finally end him, your intelligence is not working for the truth. It is working for your team. And the sharper you are, the better it works. I will be straight with you about the state of this research, because if I am not, I am doing to you exactly what I am accusing others of doing. Kahan's specific finding has been contested. A pre-registered replication in 2021 by Person and colleagues produced weaker effects, and philosophers have questioned whether the mechanism is what Kahan says it is. The debate is live. But notice, the core phenomenon that we reason towards conclusions our group already holds is one of the most heavily replicated findings in the whole of social science. And notice something else. I just told you the evidence against my own point. Ask yourself, how often in the last year anyone on your side of the argument did that for you? So the machinery exists, but machinery needs fuel. What is the fuel? I want to suggest that our own tradition named it several thousand years before Yale got round to measuring it. The Sanskrit word is aham, or more specifically, the ahamkar, the I maker, the faculty that manufactures a self and then spends every waking hour defending it. Not the body, not the intellect, the identification, the thing that makes an insult to your position feel like an injury to your person. And this is why the arguments never end. Because when a man shows you evidence that your position is mistaken, he has not, in your experience, corrected a claim. He has attacked you, your father, your village, your caste, your faith, your entire account of who you are and why you matter. And so you do not evaluate the evidence, you repel the assault. Look at what Kahan actually described, and then look at what the Gita describes, and tell me they are describing different animals. One calls it identity protective cognition, the other calls it the ego's defense of its own construction. The vocabulary is separated by 2.5 millennia. The observation is identical. And here is the part that should frighten you. Nobody has to bribe you to do this. Your ego performs this service free of charge, continuously, for the rest of your life. All anyone has to do is decide which identity is the one you will defend. And that decision, my dear countrymen, is not made by you. It is made for you. And it has been made for you for a very long time.